Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. I am presenting this look for you today using the Juvia's Place Violets Mini Palette. This is what the outer packaging looks like. You know, true to form with Juvia's Place, we have the women of African culture with their garb, the hair wraps, and they're looking beautiful on the front. And then once you turn around on the back, we have packaging info or product info. And this is the Violets palette, like I said before. Juvia's Place is a cruelty-free brand. And this palette was actually formulated, it was designed and formulated in the United States of America, but it was manufactured in the PRC. So please do remember, if you are into cruelty-free products, that you can be manufactured in the PRC, but as long as you're not sold in the PRC, then you are not subject to animal testing. So this is a 6-pan eyeshadow palette, and we have 13 grams of product, or 0.4 ounces per shadow, and this is distributed by Juvia's Place. So these palettes, I mean, it was like a sneak drop. It was like, wait, whoa, what is going on? I was filming actually, and this was Christmas Eve. Decided to look through Instagram, and Amy Loves Makeup had posted these palettes, and I was like, whoa. These are beautiful, and they were available now. So nobody even knew that they were going to drop. Literally, Juvia's Place was like, bam, here you go, available right now. So I ran over to the website, placed this order Christmas Eve, and I actually picked up 2 of the palettes. They came out with 4 of them. They came out with the violets, they came out with berries, they came out with the peach, and they came out with the chocolate. So I think it's really smart of them to kind of capitalize on the mini palette game, not to mention the monochromatic schemes, and they kind of have something in there for everybody, excuse me. They have 2 palettes that are colorful, like the violets and the berries, and then they also have like the chocolates, which are like deeper neutrals, and then they also have the peach. So I think that was really smart on the fact of Juvia's Place. And these palettes retail for $13.99 because you know Juvia's Place is always affordable. So I purchased this palette, like I said, on Christmas Eve, and immediately I pretty much had shipping confirmation, maybe the day after Christmas. And I got these palettes relatively quick without any problems. No muss, no fuss. And I was able to use a discount code on it to save 10% off my order. So this is what the palette looks like. It is so pretty, really nice and curated 6-pan palettes. You know, mini palettes are basically all the rage right now, and everybody is into them, and I really do enjoy them because it just provides a nice edited color scheme. So let's go ahead and jump into some swatches, and I'm going to complete this look for you and wrap up with some final thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and start with the first row of the palette, and these shadows actually don't have any names. This shade is really pretty. It's a nice royal purple shade. We have our second shade right here, which is also a shimmer. And then our first matte of the palette, this deep dark matte. Which, let's see, we get that to swatch a little bit better than that. Here are the last 3 shades. The shade is really pretty violet with some duochrome action. And then we have this deep dark, beautiful purple. And this one has a little hint of blue in it. And then we have our last matte, which is this very pretty purple, light violet shade. I'm going to build that up. Here we go. This is a beautiful color scheme. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I have my eyelids primed using my Too Faced Multi-Sculpting Concealer in the shade Butterscotch. First, I'm going to jump in with my Nubian palette by Juvia's Place, just so we have like a little transition color, so it'll give these purple shadows a little something to blend into. This palette is super bold, so I'm going to start off with my Refer number 16 brush, and these shadows don't have any name, so I'm just going to go ahead and go in with this nice little caramel shade right here. And this, like I said, just so we could give ourselves a little transition, something to blend into, so we're not just like purple. All right, but you don't necessarily have to, but I just prefer to have a little something there. So I'm just blending that back and forth, kind of in the crease transition area up by the brow bone. This shadow actually has quite a little bit of a dip in it. I'm like, ooh. Look, focus. See, little dip, little dip. So now that our transition area is together, we're gonna go in with this little baby right here. Super pretty. And I am going to continue on with that same number reference 16 brush. I am going to wipe it off real quick in my makeup towel. I'm going to go in with the lighter shade first. This is our first matte shade. And these shadows don't have any names either. And I'm just going to pick some up, and we're going to start off right here in this area. Ooh, and off bat, it's pretty pigmented. Yes. Okay, wonderful. And give us a nice little wash of color. Not sure where I'm going with this look. So far, the shadow feels really, really smooth. I feel that Juvia's Place has really been kind of upping their game on their matte shadows. Their shimmers have never needed help. Their mattes have been nice, but especially the ones that are not brown tone, they have been a little thin to me and always needed, like, you know, just a little boost in consistency. So that is applying really, really nicely. And I'm just going to blend that up a little bit and wing that out. And I want to build it up just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm enjoying how this builds up. I think they have definitely improved. Okay, hair, move out the way. They have definitely improved their matte formula. Picking up my Sonia G, this is my Worker Pro brush. I'm going to go in with our deeper purple matte right here. And this shade, I'm super excited to see. It looks like such a cool tone. Purple, yes, that purple shade is lovely. Okay. Pigment. It doesn't feel rough and scratchy. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Magic palette, but those dark mattes in that palette are very rough. They're rough, they're dry, and this is a dark shade, but it doesn't feel rough at all or dry. It's picking up quite beautifully. So I will blend that out in just a moment. Going in Wayne Goss number 4 brush, I am going to blend out these edges. And I am going to pick up a little bit of color. If it looks a little patchy on this eye, it's because this eye is trying to water. So the shadow got a little wet, but I will fix it up later. I'm just going back in with that Wayne Goss number 4 blending brush and just adding a little bit more additional product to blend out that outer V with. And the tone of this shade is so pretty. And somehow like, I don't know how, but we'll go back in with that way number 16, but I have gotten product up here and it's looking a little bit of a mess, so let's fix that. Now going in with my Sonia G Builder Pro brush, I'm going to take this metallic shade right here and we're going to start packing this on the lid. And this is showing up. I think I want to change brushes for this. I'm getting payoff with that shadow, but now I'm going to go in with my synthetic brush. This is my Tarte brush that I love to take for shimmers as well. So I feel like I just need something a little bit more to pick up that shade with. Yeah, it's just making it lay down better than that natural hair brush. And I'm just overlapping this. And then just kind of bringing it over here, just really overlapping it. Like, I do really like the tone of this shadow. It's really, really pretty. Now I just want to show you guys what it looks like wet. So I have some on my brush, taking some Maybelline setting spray. I'm gonna wet the brush. And you see it's just a little bit more amped up. You get true color payoff, more color payoff with that. Now, same brush, I wiped it off, going in with this violet shade right here. And I'm gonna place this, of course, on this space right here. And just kind of blending it into that purple shade. I am going to flip that brush over and go back in a little bit more with this shade. So it has some type of fade and you can see the color a little bit more prominently. I feel like it was getting a little lost in there. Ooh. That is very pretty purpley smoky. I'll fix that outer corner in a moment, y'all. Just bear with me on that, okay? Okay, now wipe that brush off again. I'm going to pop in with this shade right here, just a dab of it for a little inner corner highlight. And layer with the other shade, you can't really see it, but it does add a little something to the outer corner. I think that shade would probably be better suited maybe on its own. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add my liner and lashes, or a tip, because this eye is doing the fool. And I'll be right. Okay, I am back. I added on my lashes. I added on my Ardell lashes that are magnetic, and I actually used the Ardell liner that has a magnetic liner. So far so good. This is the best drugstore liner I have tried. Little side note, okay? Now, let's go ahead and do a little lower lash line work. I'm digging the look. I've kind of had a little pep talk with this eye. It's still watering though. And we're gonna go in with the last shade that we have not used yet. So we're gonna dip in. I have my little Tarte brush. Dip in with this shimmer shade right here, and we're just gonna run this underneath the lower lash line real quick. And I'm just gonna take this shade kind of on the edge. And that just really tied the look together. Okay, and this is the look. I'm gonna pull out so we can see it in its entirety. Okay, I'm back, and here is the final look, and I think it came out so pretty. So let's go ahead and talk about this little baby right here. So I think this is super cute, and I'm really enjoying the tones in here. And even though I have so many purple palettes, or so many purple theme palettes, it's still offering something new to my collection. And I just really enjoy the Juvia's Place formula. For me, I feel like the matte shades, let's talk about these two shades right here. I feel like the matte shades have definitely been amped up, like I mentioned before when I was applying them. Normally, Juvia's Place mattes to me, they can pack a lot of pigment, but they're thin at the same time. And especially when we're talking about the deeper mattes, like if you think about the Magic palette, if you have that particular palette, those mattes are very dry, they're rough, they just don't blend out well. But I am not having the issue with that when it comes to these particular mattes. And this one is pretty deep. And then this one is light in color, but it packs a lot of punch and you're able to blend it out. It doesn't look ashy. So I think you're getting a lot of different variants with these two mattes in here. And this is definitely like a cute little accent palette. Now the four shimmers, I think they're a great choice for the shimmer combinations because it's keeping it all really in that cool tone violet family. So you have this one right here that has a little duochrome action. You have a true purple, a deeper purple, and then you have something like it's a purple mauve champagne color, just as something to kind of add some light to your look or some depth. something a little bit more neutral in case you're not really feeling like this particular icy color, just as something to balance the look. So overall, I think they did a great job curating this color scheme, and I'm really feeling it and how it's like maybe a cooler tone version of some of the things that we have kind of seen on the market. Now this shade is a little bit warmer tone in this one, but overall the whole total feel of it is very violet. It's very true to that nature, and it doesn't really steer past that. So overall, I do think that the formula is great. I'm really digging it, and $13, you really just can't beat it. And you know, Juvia's Place always has sales, so you can probably even get this palette a little bit cheaper. Now I will say that the shimmer shades, they really pack a punch. They're pretty much normal to Juvia's Place shimmers. So you're going to get great pigmentation. You're going to get a lot of foil, a lot of shine. But what I have noticed that when we think about maybe the Nubian 3, which is the coral palette, those shimmers to me seem like they were getting a little bit creamier, as well as the mattes getting more pigmented. And these shimmers, they're a little bit more tightly pressed, and I'm not sure if that's because they are the purple shades, but you're going to get a lot of payoff. But I think when I was using my Sonia G, the Builder Pro, which is right here, this is a really good, nice brush for shimmers, but I think it was just a little bit too soft because this is a natural hair brush. But with going in with a synthetic brush just makes more sense because you can pick up a little bit more product, lay it down, because this has a little bit more scratchier surface, and it really just allows that product to come through. Now, I do think like you get nice various options because you get something depth, you get something mid-tone, and then you have two low lighter chrome shades, and this has a nice dual chrome in there. So overall, I'm really digging the palette, and this is something nice and fresh and fun to see from Juvia's Place. And you know, monochromatic palettes have been really the hit. Like ColourPop is really just taking it to the next level. And I think it's smart for Juvia's Place to have more curated color stories versus just pops of color all over the place where people are just like, I don't really know what to do with that. So, but I think for this, a lot of people can wrap their minds around it conceptually, and they're like, okay, great. It's 6 pans. It's beautiful. This is a color that I'm really, you know, rocking with, and I can use it as an accent palette. You can grab another brown shade, you know, there's a transition. You can just put this over your lid, that over your lid, or you can do a full look like I did. So I think this is going to work out nicely for a lot of people. Now, I did pull out some purple palettes that I have just so you can kind of see some comparisons. So this is the first one that probably comes to a lot of people's mind is the It's My Pleasure palette by ColourPop. And so you see that this is a 9-pan palette, but this one is purple themed. It's not all purple, you know what I mean? So you have like something that's kind of like a duochrome. This is only our true two purple shades are right here. And you don't even have a purple matte. So when you're talking about this palette, it just kind of still gives you a little bit more variance because only in this particular palette is 2 purple shades that are actually purple. You got pink mattes and violet and what's the name mattes, but this one is just like, it's strictly purple. Another one I would like to compare it to, which is one of my favorite palettes of the year also, along with that, It's My Pleasure, is the Colored Rain Power Collection. And so this one is not strictly purple either. You have maybe, this is not really purple, this is burgundy. This is on your true purple. So everything else is, this is a more berry tone palette compared to this one. So if you're just wondering, like, you know, if you have this one, do you need this one? There you do get a lot of different options because, like I said, you have the purple mattes that are strictly purple. There's only one true purple shade in this one, and basically everything you're getting in this is purple except for that middle shade. So you're getting 5 purple shades versus this one is more berry tone and you only have 1 true purple shade. Next up, I have the Alma palette to compare it to. This one came out from Amy Hart's Makeup. This is a collaboration with Amy Loves Makeup. So this one is purple, blue, and pink. So even if you're still providing, you want some, you know, contrast versus this one, this is still more purple in nature. So, I mean, it just really depends on what you're looking for, but this doesn't really feel like this particular palette. So there's still a place in my collection for this one. Now, the one I really compare this one to the most, and this one really feels like a curated version, is the Ace Beauté palette, and this is Paradise Fallen, but the formula on this particular palette is just so-so. I think this was the best out of all the collections. So this one is truly purple, and you have some of those overlapping tones, excuse me. So you have this right here. So you kind of have 2 similar shades right here. And then this one's a little bit similar in that one right here. But this one, like I said, is very much edited. and you don't have the blacks and the grays and those smoky tones. So, but I would say the matte formula is probably a little bit better in this one versus this one right here. I was able to work with this one. This is like like I said, one of the best ones. But like I said, this one is a very curious. I think close out of all of my palettes in my collection, this one would be the closest to this one right here. So it's just something to think about if you have this palette and you really enjoy it. But I do think like this just provides a little different option. I'm really digging the matte shade right here, and it's just all what your collection, all what your collection is looking like if you want to pick up this palette. But I think for $13.99 you really can't go wrong, and it's so stinking cute. So let me know down below how you like this look, and if you picked up any of these palettes. It was a definite surprise. I wasn't expecting this to come, but it was a good surprise. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about it. Give this video a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here with me. So if that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the chair dance. Ooh, chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Okay, I'll see y'all later. Bye.